Hello guys. Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the issue that has recently stunned all ABC General Hospital viewers, a shocking turn of events involving the unexpected return of Britt Westburn, whose supposed death previously shattered the lives of many beloved Port Charles characters, especially Jason Morgan. Since Britt's tragic demise at the hands of the sinister serial killer known as the Hook, Jason Morgan's life had dramatically changed. Jason, a man known for his strength, calm demeanor, and unwavering loyalty, found himself emotionally detached from romantic relationships. Despite occasional connections, he had never found genuine love again, as his heart remained trapped in memories of Britt. It appeared increasingly clear to fans that Jason had not fully moved on, still deeply haunted by her loss. At the same time, Jason's trusted friend and longtime partner, Sonny Corinthos, was also contemplating leaving their dangerous lifestyle behind. Sonny and Jason's years spent entrenched within organized crime had taken a severe emotional toll. Numerous battles, vendettas, and violent confrontations had led to the tragic loss of friends, family, and loved ones. Both men reached a crossroads, determined to step away from their dangerous existence and strive for a peaceful, quiet life. However, fate would soon intervene in a dramatic and startling manner, disrupting Jason's plans to settle into tranquility. Jason's phone suddenly rang, shattering his thoughts with a call that seemed impossible. To Jason's astonishment and shock, the voice on the other end of the line was unmistakably Britt's, her words frantic and filled with desperation. Britt urgently pleaded for Jason's help, sounding terrified and vulnerably, stark contrast to the strong, determined woman Jason remembered. Before Jason could fully grasp the situation, Britt managed to relay a mysterious set of coordinates, a remote location near the French border, before abruptly being disconnected. Jason desperately tried to call back, repeatedly attempting to reconnect with Britt, but all efforts failed. Confused, concerned, and driven by urgency, Jason wasted no time and immediately contacted Sonny. After sharing the unbelievable phone call with Sonny, both men instantly understood the seriousness of the situation. The duo, fueled by loyalty, determination, and their unbreakable bond, decided without hesitation to pursue Britt's call for help. Traveling immediately to France, Jason and Sonny arrived at the location provided by Britt, a remote and obscure region near the French border. Upon arrival, they quickly realized the coordinates led to a highly secure and secretive laboratory hidden beneath the facade of an isolated facility. The chilling reality became increasingly apparent as they moved closer. This was no ordinary laboratory, but rather a sinister research facility conducting dark and inhumane experiments. Jason and Sonny carefully scouted the area, observing the numerous armed guards and intricate security measures. Realizing the severity and urgency of the situation, Jason felt an overwhelming sense of protectiveness and renewed hope, as he believed Britt was truly alive and desperately needed his help. Fueled by determination, Jason and Sonny devised a quick yet carefully orchestrated attack, fully prepared to confront whatever awaited them inside the hidden laboratory. Using their formidable combat skills honed through years of dangerous missions, Jason and Sonny launched a swift, decisive assault, effectively overpowering and neutralizing the numerous armed guards that stood between them and Britt. Intense and adrenaline-filled, the rescue operation unfolded dramatically, with both men risking their lives, driven purely by loyalty, love, and the urgent need to save Britt from further harm. Finally, after overcoming significant resistance and confronting the sinister operatives inside, Jason burst into the isolated chamber where Britt had been imprisoned. To Jason's horror, Britt appeared fragile, disoriented, and severely traumatized. It became tragically clear that she had been subjected to cruel and inhumane experiments, her once confident demeanor replaced by fear and vulnerability. Overcome with intense emotion and relief, Jason gently helped Britt, reassuring her with comforting words and promises of safety. Britt, weakened yet relieved, clung to Jason, tears streaming down her face, finally understanding she was genuinely safe and reunited with the man she once deeply loved. Their emotional reunion resonated deeply, offering hope to Jason's heart, which had long since been numbed by Britt's apparent death. However, the shocking revelations were far from over. As Jason and Sonny hurriedly moved through the laboratory to escape, they unexpectedly discovered Spencer Casadini, who had also been imprisoned and subjected to similar experimental abuses. Spencer, visibly traumatized, revealed he had been kidnapped months earlier and secretly held captive, forced to endure unknown tests and manipulations that had left him physically and emotionally scarred. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, Sunny stepped forward to guide Spencer, providing reassurance, stability, and strength. Both Sunny and Jason understood that rescuing Spencer was equally critical, given his deeply rooted connections to Port Charles and the Casadini family's complex legacy. Thus, Jason and Sunny quickly adjusted their rescue strategy, carefully escorting Britt and Spencer from the lab's dangerous confines, vigilant for any remaining threats. Despite the numerous obstacles and intense risks, Jason, Sunny, Britt, and Spencer managed to escape successfully from the horrific facility. Upon their return to Port Charles, the emotional reunion between Britt, Spencer, and their loved ones brought both relief and heartbreak. Friends, family, and the entire community struggled to comprehend the atrocities inflicted upon Britt and Spencer, grappling with intense feelings of horror, grief, and anger. In the aftermath, Britt faced the challenging road of recovery. She struggled initially, haunted by the trauma of her captivity and the painful experiments performed on her. Britt's ordeal prompted a strong emotional response from her mother, Lulu, who immediately rushed to her daughter's side, providing unwavering support. Lulu's fierce protectiveness and emotional reconciliation with Britt emerged as one of the most touching elements of this shocking narrative. For Spencer, returning home marked the start of an equally difficult journey. His trauma required substantial emotional and physical healing. Friends and family rallied around him, providing unwavering support, strength, and compassion. Laura Collins, Spencer's grandmother, became an essential figure, determined to help Spencer navigate the emotional consequences of his horrific experience. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan's reunion with Britt offered new hope for the future. Britt's miraculous survival reignited feelings Jason thought he had buried forever, providing a powerful impetus for his decision to permanently step away from organized crime. Jason recognized the heavy price both he and his loved ones had paid over the years due to their dangerous lifestyle, reaffirming his determination to embrace a more peaceful, meaningful existence. Similarly, Sunny Corinthos was profoundly affected by the rescue operation. Witnessing firsthand the consequences of violence and the devastating toll it had inflicted upon those closest to him further reinforced Sunny's resolve to leave his criminal past behind permanently. Sunny vowed to use his strength and resources to dismantle any remaining threats to their community, aiming to build a safer and more stable future for those he loved. The dramatic rescue mission also revealed disturbing details about the mysterious laboratory. Investigations quickly intensified, revealing connections to shadowy criminal networks and powerful figures, raising unsettling questions about who was truly behind these cruel experiments. Port Charles authorities, alongside international agencies, promised to bring justice to those responsible, intensifying the pursuit of these sinister villains and ensuring the town's safety. For General Hospital viewers, Britt's return represented an emotionally charged, deeply compelling storyline. Fans rejoiced at her survival, eagerly following her gradual healing and reconciliation with Jason, her family, and her community. At the same time, the complexity and depth of Jason and Sunny's journey resonated strongly, bringing closure to painful chapters while setting the stage for hopeful new beginnings. In conclusion, Jason Morgan's courageous rescue of Britt Westburn and Spencer Casadini from a horrific laboratory near the French border has significantly reshaped the emotional landscape of Port Charles. The dramatic events reaffirmed Jason and Sunny's resolve to abandon the dangerous lifestyle they once knew, prompting meaningful change and growth among beloved characters. Fans can expect continued drama, emotional depth, and further revelations as the truth behind this sinister operation gradually emerges. Next, we will dive deep into the explosive drama surrounding Lulu's shocking revelation about Gio's parentage and the ripple effects that are tearing through Port Charles. This isn't just another family secret unveiled, it's a full-blown war of emotions, betrayals, and revenge plots that promise to keep us glued to our screens. Let's unpack the layers of this story, explore the motivations behind each character's actions, and speculate on the jaw-dropping twists that might be just around the corner in this saga of heartbreak and retribution. The shocking revelation that shattered lives. The quaint town of Port Charles was rocked to its core when Lulu Spencer, always known for her relentless pursuit of truth, dropped the bombshell that forever altered the lives of several beloved characters. In a moment of determination, she unveiled the long-hidden truth about Gio's parentage, declaring that he is the biological son of Dante Falconeri. This wasn't just a casual slip of the tongue, it was a calculated exposure that came after weeks of piecing together fragmented clues from whispered conversations and old records. Lulu, driven by her belief that Dante deserved to know about his child, ignored the potential fallout and threw caution to the wind. The revelation took place in the middle of a crowded gathering at the Quartermain mansion, where Gio's violin, a cherished symbol of his dreams, was smashed to pieces in the ensuing chaos, becoming an unintended metaphor for the broken relationships left in the wake of this truth. The air was thick with tension as eyes turned to Lulu, some filled with admiration for her bravery, others burning with resentment for the pain her words inflicted. What was meant to be a moment of clarity became a catalyst for chaos, setting off a chain reaction of anger and heartbreak that no one could have anticipated. Brooklyn's fury, a woman scorned. Brooklyn Quartermain, who had painstakingly guarded the secret of her teenage pregnancy and the subsequent adoption of Gio, found herself at the epicenter of this storm. Her anguish was palpable as she watched the life she'd built for Gio crumble under the weight of Lulu's revelation. She had pleaded with Lulu, her long-standing rival from childhood days filled with petty pranks and bitter competitions, to let sleeping dogs lie. Brooklyn had hoped to protect Gio from the harsh scrutiny of the past, wanting him to grow up with a clean slate, and burdened by the choices of his birth mother. But Lulu's unyielding stance that Dante had an undeniable right to know void any semblance of empathy or discretion. Enraged and feeling utterly betrayed, Brooklyn unleashed her fury not just on Lulu but on everyone she believed had played a role in keeping Gio's origins under wraps. She confronted her grandmother Gloria with a barrage of accusations, questioning how she could have stood by silently all these years, watching Brooklyn struggle with the secret alone. In a heated exchange, she even banished her own mother, Lois, from the Quartermain estate, claiming her complicity in the cover-up was unforgivable. And in a moment of raw emotion, Brooklyn's hand met Lulu's cheek in a stinging slap, an act of desperation that barely scratched the surface of her thirst for retribution. Her pain, a volatile mix of maternal protectiveness and personal betrayal, has transformed into a relentless drive to make those responsible pay for the upheaval in her life. A revenge plot with deadly intentions. Brooklyn's quest for vengeance took a darker turn when she enlisted the services of Port Charles' newest legal shark, Marco Vega, a man known for his ruthless tactics and ability to unearth buried skeletons. In a dimly lit office, far from prying eyes, she handed him a dossier with a singular, chilling focus. Marco, intrigued yet visibly puzzled, couldn't help but question her motives when he noticed the subject of her inquiry. "What do you want with a dead woman?" he probed, his voice tinged with suspicion as Brooklyn's gaze lingered on a faded photograph of the late Dr. Britt Westburn. This wasn't a random target. It was a calculated choice, hinting at a revenge plot so intricate that it sent shivers down the spine of even a hardened attorney like Marco. Brooklyn's lips curled into a cryptic smile, refusing to divulge her full plan, but her eyes burned with a determination that suggested she was playing a long game. For longtime fans of General Hospital, Britt's name conjures memories of scandal and deception, a woman whose actions left lasting scars on many in Port Charles. Brooklyn's fixation on Britt indicates a deeper connection to past events, perhaps a secret so devastating that it could eclipse the pain she's currently enduring. Is she seeking to expose a long-buried truth, or is there something even more sinister at play in her quest for justice? The ghosts of Britt Westburn, a connection to Rocco. To understand Brooklyn's obsession with Britt, we must rewind to 2014, a year etched in the memories of General Hospital devotees for its emotional turbulence. Britt Westburn, a character as complex as she was controversial, was at the heart of a scandal that shattered the Falconeri family. She gave birth to a child named Rocco, originally called Ben, under a cloud of deception. While Britt initially claimed the boy was the product of her relationship with Nicolas Casadini, the truth was far more insidious. In a shocking act of betrayal, Britt had stolen an embryo belonging to Lulu and Dante from the hospital's fertility clinic, implanting it as her own in a desperate bid to secure love and stability. The revelation of this theft left Lulu and Dante reeling, their trust in the medical institution and in Britt irrevocably broken. The fallout was a harrowing journey of legal battles, emotional turmoil, and a desperate fight to reclaim their child. Rocco, now a beloved son to Lulu and Dante, became a symbol of their resilience, but the wounds of that time never fully healed. With whispers of actress Kelly Thibault's potential return to the show, speculation is rife that Britt's story is far from over. Could Brooklyn's investigation uncover evidence that Britt is not only alive but has maintained a hidden connection to Rocco all these years? The mere possibility sends chills through the fanbase, as it would mean revisiting one of the most painful chapters in Lulu's life, potentially stripping her of the son she fought so hard to raise. The ultimate retribution, a mother's loss. Brooklyn's potential discovery of Britt's survival and her biological tie to Rocco paints a picture of revenge that is as poetic as it is cruel. If she can prove that Britt is Rocco's true mother or at least plant enough doubt to reopen old wounds, she could inflict on Lulu the same agonizing loss she feels over Joe. It's an eye for an eye strategy, a calculated move to strip Lulu of her maternal identity just as Brooklyn believes Lulu stripped her of her connection to Joe. Imagine the scene: Lulu, already grappling with the fallout of her decision to expose Joe's parentage, receiving earth-shattering news that threatens to unravel her family once more. The emotional stakes couldn't be higher, as this twist would not only challenge Lulu's role as Rocco's mother but also test the bonds of the Falconeri family to their breaking point. Brooklyn, fueled by a mix of grief and rage, might see this as the ultimate form of justice, a way to balance the scales after feeling her own motherhood was undermined by Lulu's actions. But at what cost? The collateral damage of such a revelation could extend far beyond Lulu, impacting Dante, Rocco, and even Joe, who is already struggling to process his newfound identity. This revenge plot, if successful, would be a masterstroke of emotional warfare, but it risks consuming everyone in its path with bitterness and regret. What lies ahead for Port Charles? As the dust settles on this latest chapter of drama in Port Charles, one thing is clear: the fallout from Lulu's revelation about Joe is only the beginning. Brooklyn's pursuit of vengeance, tied to the enigmatic figure of Britt Westburn, hints at a storm on the horizon that could dwarf even the most shocking scandals in General Hospital history. Will Britt truly return from the grave, metaphorically or otherwise, to claim a stake in Rocco's life? Can Lulu withstand another blow to her family after fighting so hard to build it? And what of Joe, the innocent caught in the crossfire of adult secrets and vendetta? Will he navigate this newfound reality? The answers to these questions remain tantalizingly out of reach, but the speculation alone is enough to keep fans buzzing with anticipation. The writers of General Hospital have woven a tapestry of intrigue that promises to unravel in spectacular fashion, blending past betrayals with present conflicts to create a narrative that is as compelling as it is heartbreaking. Your thoughts? Where will this lead? Before we wrap up, we want to hear from you, our dedicated viewers. Do you believe Britt could indeed be Rocco's biological mother, or is Brooklyn chasing a ghost in her quest for revenge? How do you think Lulu will respond if faced with losing another piece of her family? Drop your theories and predictions in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation alive as we await the next explosive episode. Port Charles is a town where secrets never stay buried for long, and with every revelation, the stakes only get higher. Next, we will explore the inspiring journey of Haley Pullos, a former star of our beloved soap opera who has faced significant challenges in recent years but is now embracing a fresh start with grace and determination. From her long tenure as Molly Lansing Davis to the hurdles that led to her exit from the show, and now to her hopeful steps toward a brighter future, Haley's story is one of resilience and renewal. Join us as we dive into her past, celebrate her recent milestones, and speculate on what lies ahead for this talented actress who has left an indelible mark on the world of daytime television. A storied past on General Hospital. For over a decade, Haley Pullos was the face of Molly Lansing Davis on ABC's General Hospital, a character who grew from a precocious child into a complex young woman under her nuanced portrayal. Beginning her journey on the show in 2009 at the tender age of 11, Haley quickly became a fan favorite, her natural talent shining through in every scene. Whether Molly was navigating family dynamics with her mother Alexis or facing teenage dilemmas, Haley brought an authenticity that resonated with viewers across generations. Her early years on the set were marked by milestones like award nominations and glowing reviews, cementing her place as a rising star in the soap opera realm. Behind the scenes, she formed bonds with castmates that felt like family, often sharing light-hearted anecdotes about growing up under the studio lights. Her portrayal of Molly wasn't just acting, it was a masterclass in embodying a character's emotional evolution, from innocence to maturity, making her an integral part of the Port Charles tapestry. It's no wonder that fans still associate her so strongly with the role, even after her departure, as she breathed life into Molly with a depth that remains unforgettable. Challenges that changed the course. However, Hailey's journey took a dramatic and sobering turn in recent years, casting a shadow over her once bright career. In June 2023, she faced a serious legal battle after being charged with driving under the influence, an incident that sent shockwaves through the General Hospital community. The consequences were swift and severe. By 2024, she was sentenced to jail time, a period that marked a low point in both her personal and professional life. The news was heartbreaking for fans who had watched her grow up on screen, many of whom expressed a mix of disappointment and concern for her well-being. As a result of these events, ABC made the difficult decision to recast the role of Molly, with Kristen Viganos stepping into the character's shoes. The transition was jarring for longtime viewers, who had to adjust to a new face in a role so deeply tied to Hailey's identity. Yet, through this tumultuous chapter, Hailey demonstrated a quiet strength, serving her sentence and emerging with a renewed perspective on life. Reports from those close to her suggest she spent her time reflecting deeply on her choices, seeking ways to rebuild not just her career but her sense of self. Determined to turn her past mistakes into lessons for a better tomorrow. A new chapter unfolds with hope. Fast forward to June 2025, and Hailey Pullos is ready to step back into the spotlight, signaling her intent to reclaim her place in the entertainment world. In a bold move, she recently shared a stunning set of professional headshots on her Instagram account, each frame capturing a revitalized energy and a fierce determination to return to acting. The images, showcasing her in a variety of poised and emotive poses, were more than just photos. They were a declaration of her comeback. A visual testament to her readiness to tackle new roles with the same passion she once brought to Molly. Fans flooded the comments section with messages of encouragement, many pleading for her return to General Hospital, their words dripping with nostalgia for the original Molly. "Bring back Hailey. No one does Molly like her," one follower exclaimed, echoing the sentiment of countless others who yearned to see her reclaim her iconic role. However, with Kristen Viganos having settled into the character and bringing her own unique flair to Molly's storylines, a return to Port Charles seems like a long shot for now. Still, Hailey's proactive steps updating her portfolio, engaging with her audience hint at a broader ambition. Perhaps branching into film or other television projects where she can showcase the depth she's developed through life's trials. Embracing life's simple joys. Beyond her professional aspiration, Hailey has been sharing glimpses of her personal growth, revealing a side of herself that radiates peace and contentment. In a recent Instagram post, she uploaded a trio of candid images taken by a serene riverside, surrounded by the calming presence of nature. Dressed in a flowing sundress, her hair tousled by the gentle breeze, Hailey appears utterly at ease. Her body language exuding a spectrum of emotions from playful abandon as she dips her toes in the water to quiet confidence as she gazes at the horizon. These snapshots, captioned simply with "River Girl," paint a picture of a woman rediscovering joy in life's small and scripted moments, perhaps taking a break from the hustle of Hollywood to reconnect with her inner self. The setting itself, a secluded spot with towering trees, and the soft murmur of water seems to symbolize a cleansing of sorts, a metaphorical washing away of past burdens. Followers couldn't help but notice the glow in her expression, a stark contrast to the troubled headlines of recent years, suggesting that Hailey is finding solace in solitude and the healing power of the natural world, grounding herself for whatever comes next. Fan reactions, love, support, and a touch of insensitivity. The response to Hailey's Riverside post was overwhelmingly positive, with fans and friends alike showering her with admiration for her resilience and beauty. One devoted viewer commented, "You're so missed on GH. I know it's tough to hear, but no Molly will ever compare to the original," accompanied by a string of heart emojis. A sentiment that captures the longing many feel for her return. Another supporter wrote, "So happy to see you thriving, sending all the love," paired with double heart symbols, a message that reflects the warmth of her fanbase. A close friend, clearly delighted to see Haley in good spirits, left a sweet note saying, "Mary Kate to my Ashley," with a heart emoji, to which Haley affectionately replied, "Love you, twin," showcasing the tight-knit bonds she's maintained despite her hiatus. However, not all feedback was kind. One insensitive remark suggested she appeared intoxicated in the photos, a cruel jab at her past. Haley handled the comment with remarkable poise, responding, "Just enjoying the water. I haven't touched alcohol in over 2 years," a statement that shut down the negativity while reinforcing her commitment to sobriety. Fans rallied around her response, praising her transparency and strength, with one writing, "She's back and more beautiful than ever," a testament to the admiration she continues to inspire. Looking ahead, what's next for Haley Pullos? As Haley Pullos continues to navigate this new chapter, the question on everyone's mind is, what does the future hold for this talented actress? Her recent social media activity suggests she's eager to dive back into acting, and with her updated headshots circulating, casting directors are likely taking notice of her renewed vigor. While a return to General Hospital may not be in the cards given Kristen Vigano's successful tenure as Molly, there's a world of opportunity awaiting Haley elsewhere. Perhaps she'll explore roles in independent films, where she can delve into grittier, more dramatic characters that reflect the life experience she's gained. Or maybe she'll venture into streaming series, a platform where nuanced storytelling could allow her to reinvent herself entirely. Beyond her career, her personal journey of healing evident in those peaceful riverside moments indicates she's prioritizing balance, possibly inspiring her to take on advocacy work related to sobriety or mental health. In Port Charles, Molly's story continues to evolve, but Haley's own narrative is just as compelling, a real-life tale of falling, rising, and finding strength in the aftermath. Her fans remain a pillar of support, eager to cheer her on no matter the path she chooses, proving that her impact extends far beyond the fictional borders of General Hospital. Before we close, we'd love to hear from you, our cherished viewers. Do you think Haley Pullos should return to General Hospital as Molly, or are you excited to see her take on new roles outside the soap world? What did you think of her recent photos and her journey of personal growth? Drop your opinions and well wishes in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation buzzing with excitement. Haley's story is a reminder that life, much like a soap opera, is full of unexpected twists and hopeful turnarounds, and we're here for every chapter. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for more updates on your favorite stars and storylines, and join us as we celebrate the resilience of those who light up our screens. Until next time, keep watching, keep supporting, and keep believing in second chances.